Have you ever felt like you were born to argue? Like your greatest talent was being stubborn for a cause you believe in? If so, you might have a little John Adams in you. Long before he was the second president of the United States, Adams was a brilliant, hot-headed lawyer from Massachusetts, and he wasn't exactly what you'd call a people person. But what he lacked in charm, he more than made up for in passion and principle. Picture this: Boston, 1770. Tensions are boiling over. British soldiers have just fired into a crowd of colonists in what we now call the Boston Massacre. It was a tragedy that fueled the revolutionary fire. Now, who in their right mind would step up to defend those soldiers in court? You guessed it, John Adams. He believed everyone, even the most hated men in the colonies, deserved a fair trial. It was a deeply unpopular move, risking his reputation and even his safety. But Adams stood his ground, and against all odds, he won acquittals for most of the soldiers. This single act tells you everything you need to know about his character: fiercely independent and dedicated to the rule of law above all else. As the colonies barreled towards independence, Adams was right there in the thick of it at the Continental Congress. While others hesitated, he was one of the loudest, most persistent voices pushing for a complete break from Britain. He nominated George Washington to lead the Continental Army and was a key member of the committee that drafted the Declaration of Independence, working alongside Thomas Jefferson. While Jefferson was the eloquent writer, Adams was the engine, the bulldog who tirelessly debated and argued on the floor of Congress to get the Declaration approved. He later called it the greatest question which ever was debated in America. After the war, Adams' work was far from over. He served as a crucial diplomat in Europe, securing a critical loan from the Dutch and helping negotiate the Treaty of Paris, which officially ended the Revolutionary War. His diplomatic skills were essential in establishing the young United States as a legitimate nation on the world stage. Then came the presidency. After serving as George Washington's vice president for 2 terms, a role he famously called the most insignificant office that ever the invention of man contrived, Adams was elected president in 1797. His presidency was a tough one, caught between the warring powers of France and Britain. He managed to keep the U.S. out of a full-blown war with France, a decision that was wise but deeply unpopular, likely costing him re-election. His term also saw the passage of the controversial Alien and Sedition Acts, a black mark on his legacy that restricted speech and was seen as an overreach of federal power. After losing the bitter election of 1800 to his rival and friend Thomas Jefferson, Adams retired to his farm in Massachusetts. It was here, in his later years, that he rekindled his friendship with Jefferson through a remarkable series of letters. They debated everything from politics to philosophy, leaving behind a treasure trove of insight into the minds of 2 of America's most important founders. In one of history's most incredible coincidences, both John Adams and Thomas Jefferson died on the very same day, July 4, 1826, the 50th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence they had both helped create. Adams' last words were reportedly, "Thomas Jefferson survives." He didn't know his friend and rival had passed away just hours before. John Adams was complex, often difficult, but undeniably a giant of American history. He wasn't as revered as Washington or as poetic as Jefferson, but without his stubbornness, his intellect, and his unwavering commitment to the American experiment, the United States simply wouldn't be what it is today. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this dive into history, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about the incredible figures who shaped our world. See you next time.